All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be talking about the 3-1, the NFC South leaders, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's just really funny the way the offseason and the first month of the season has gone for this disrespected team. Everybody and their mamas were saying that this team was going to start slow. They were going to ship off all of their old depleting defensive talent, which, by the way, doesn't exist. And they're going to go into the draft class, the loaded quarterback draft class with a top 5 pick and take their QB of the future. It's a loaded draft, not only at the quarterback position, it's a loaded draft outside of top 5, outside of top 10. It's just a really good draft. But nonetheless, Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, the misfits themselves are like, F that. They start off the season with a win on the road against the Minnesota Vikings, a team that won 13 regular season games this past year. And everybody was saying, oh, it's just week 1. It's just week 1, so we go into week 2. Tampa Bay takes care of the Chicago Bears, and all of a sudden it becomes, oh, it's just the Chicago Bears. They suck. They haven't won in almost a year. I understand that. So week 3 comes along. Monday Night Football. They don't take down, but they take on Philadelphia, and they lose it. And everybody's like, all right, they're going to go back to earth. They're looking at maybe 7 or 8 wins. They come out this past weekend on the road, divisional rival, the New Orleans Saints. They hold them to 0 touchdowns. They hold them to 9 total points, and they hold them to under 200 yards offensively. And now everybody's saying, oh, Derek Carr was injured. He didn't practice. He wasn't prepared. This isn't the New Orleans Saints that exist. It was another fluke win. And it's just so funny how this narrative is going around. We're going to talk about everything Tampa Bay in today's video, the good, the bad, and just everything Tampa Bay. So before we do, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Buccaneers fans, you guys always bless these videos. If you try and get 250 likes on tonight's video, that would mean the world to me. So I'm huge on Tampa Bay. And the reason started in the offseason, I'm thinking to myself, Baker Mayfield, 2018, first pick in the entire NFL draft. Derek Carr, I've covered the Las Vegas Raiders for about a year and a half now. I'm not enamored by Derek Carr. That injury a couple of years back really changed his entire NFL career. The best quarterback in the division usually wins the division. So I'm looking at Tampa Bay with a top 10 defense that was just injury depleted last season, and they're still loaded as ever, still a championship Super Bowl caliber defense. I look at Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and I'm thinking to myself, Baker Mayfield has the best defense of his career. He has the best weapons of his career. Why are they going to win 4 games? It just does not make sense to me. So Tampa Bay heads into your bye week at 3-1. Now, with that being said, there are some things that I need to see improved, and it starts with the run game. The offensive line, even though there's some rookies, there's some young cats, new faces on that O-line, they've only given up 4 sacks, but the rush game has just yet to get going. They are 8th in rushing attempts, but they're only 27th in total rushing yards. And unfortunately, they are dead last in rushing average with just 3 yards per carry. Now, I'm very hopeful. I'm very optimistic with Rachaad White. I think I especially loved his second half of his rookie season last year. And it's only a matter of time, in my opinion. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay is thinking to themselves like, look, we're 3-1. We're heading into our bye week. We're going to get our guys like Mike Evans, et cetera, healthy. We're going to cook up a nice game plan for that upcoming Detroit Lions game, which all of a sudden has become a must-watch in 2 weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if they look for some veteran help. Now, I'm a cheesehead. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, and I'm thinking to myself, A.J. Dillon has really sucked this season. His stock is as low as it possibly ever could be. He's a great big body to have in the red zone. He can also catch a little bit. He's a good blocker. It's something to just keep in mind because Tampa Bay could be thinking to themselves, instead of selling, which I never really thought they were going to do, but everyone was thinking Mike Evans is gone, the defense is gone, everybody is gone, they could be looking at some veteran talent. Now, I want to say real quick, when Mike Evans went down with that injury, there were 2 players that really stepped up, specifically Devin Tompkins, 4 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. If you guys remember Devin, we didn't see too much of him last year in his rookie season. 2021 at Utah State, he had 102 catches for over 1,700 yards and 10 touchdowns. He averaged nearly 17 yards per catch. He really stepped up. And Chris Godwin and Trey Palmer, the rookie, and K-Dot, and all these guys stepped up when Mike Evans went down with that hammy injury. But Chase Claypool is currently on the trade market, and you could get him for a stale bag of chips. It doesn't even need to be a variety pack. It's a stale bag of chips. I am a Notre Dame biased football fan, and that's where he went. Chase Claypool, to me, is also a misfit. And I know we say this word a lot on Tampa Bay, but I think it genuinely gives them a chip on their shoulder. And as we always say, you don't bet against misfits, but it's just food for thought getting Chase Claypool on over to Tampa Bay, like I said, for a stale bag of chips. My point is this: Tampa Bay heads into your bye week leading the NFC South. We're not talking 8 wins. We're not talking 9 wins. We're talking divisional title here. We're talking a home playoff game. We're talking 10 plus wins and maybe even a deeper playoff run because, I mean, genuinely, nobody thought this team was going to make the playoffs to begin with. Now, when we look at this defense, I don't want to hear, oh, Derek Carr's got a boo-boo. They exposed Derek Carr completely. I mean, he went 23 of 37 for 127 yards. They had nothing going in the running game, 19 carries for only 70 yards. Antoine Winfield Jr., future Hall of Famer, got that comment. I absolutely love it. These guys were all over. You know, if you watched that football game, at no point in the entire game did I ever think New Orleans had a shot. I'm not a Derek Carr hater. I just don't think he's all that special as people really made out this New Orleans Saints team to be. It's an extremely impressive win, and they're going to use this momentum heading into the bye week to get healthy with a big-time matchup against the Detroit Lions. I just want to say, if they take down Detroit at home, watch out, man. Watch out. The rest of the schedule, especially because you're in the NFC South and you've already taken care of the New Orleans Saints, I'm looking at 10 wins here, guys. I'm looking at 10 wins here. Baker Mayfield, I want to say this because Baker's coming off a really impressive game on the road. It's big, man. It's on the road. New Orleans Saints defense is the best, or it's not the best of the best, but it's really good. It's a really good defense. It's at least above average defense. This dude comes into New Orleans and just uses those big ass balls, to be honest, just keep it a buck with you guys. 25 of 32. 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Now, Baker's having a really good season. 69.6 completion percentage. That's something we talked about in the first couple of games and even preseason. His short yardage accuracy, as Aaron Rodgers said, checkdowns are everything. Checkdowns are money. Baker Mayfield's done a phenomenal job. He's throwing only 220 yards per game, but he's got 7 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. One thing he also has done a great job of is using his feet to get first downs and extend plays. 8 rushes for 31 yards this past week against New Orleans. But here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking with Baker Mayfield. I don't even think he's reached the tip of the iceberg. And that's what's so terrifying about it is Baker's done a really phenomenal job so far in the first month of the season for this Tampa Bay team. 2 huge road victories against playoff teams in Minnesota and New Orleans, or at least playoff caliber teams. If you want to nitpick it, it's just the tip of the iceberg. We have yet to see the best of Baker Mayfield, and that's why the Buccaneers are so damn scary. That's it for today, man. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you guys want more Buccaneers videos, let me know down below. But guys, give me a confidence scale heading into your bye week at 3-1, 1 being not confident, 10 being let's freaking go, baby. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you